Okay, being judgmental. Alright, not many people think of being judgmental as a positive thing. But being judgmental can actually be a very, very powerful healing tool for you in your life. I'm not telling everybody out there to go and judge your mom and judge your dad and all your neighbors and your sisters and just think that you're going to heal yourself. Doesn't work that way. Most people think of being judgmental as a negative thing, and most people experience it as a negative thing, as in that you get judged by someone else and they tell that to you and you don't like at all what you hear, so you think it's a negative thing. And it is in that context, absolutely. But in this world that we live in a world of duality, okay? Everything has a positive, everything has a negative. So what I want to do is focus on the positive side of being judgmental, because you can use this as, again, as a very, very powerful healing tool for yourself, in getting your life in a better state, and being in a better mindset for you to live your life. So, um, first thing I want you to do is to pay attention to when you are being judgmental in your life. That is step number one, okay? When am I being judgmental? So how you do this, just throughout the day, you just pay attention and you observe your thoughts. You're in a situation with someone where there's a little bit of tension, and you will find these thoughts just popping up in your head, and these judgments will just pop up in your head about the other person. And it happens all the time, and happens to me. It happens to pretty much everybody. Whether you say it or not is a different thing. I'm asking you not to say it. I'm asking you just to observe when it happens and pause at that moment. Because most of the judgments that you have about another person are actually, in fact, not about the other person, but they are projections of your own unmet needs in your own life. So, for example, if you think somebody is lazy and you see them and you judge them as being lazy, uh, maybe they are and you see that, but the only way that you can see that is if you yourself have that same quality of being lazy. And so how this works is, the first thing you do is you pause and you say, okay, I've just judged that person for being a little bit lazy. Now stop and pause and then ask yourself, is there any area in my life that I also exhibit that quality of laziness? And what you do is you look at your diet. Am I lazy when it comes to preparing meals? Am I lazy when it comes to making the right food choices? You look at your job. Am I, can I work a little bit harder? Can I do a little bit better? You look at your relationships. Do I not put that much time and energy into my relationships? Do I just let my other partner do all the things? When it comes to my sleep patterns, so there's all sorts of areas in your life where you can look at the fact that if you've judged someone to be lazy, then you take a look at your own life and see, well, where am I lazy? Because it doesn't always apply to the same situation. That person might be lazy in their job, but you might be lazy in another area of your life. But the fact is, you vibrate and resonate at the same level as that other person. That's the only way you can see that quality in them, because you recognize it, because you have it in yourself, and you and that other person are resonating at the same frequency. So that projection of what they are doing is actually a manifestation of something in your life. It just may not be in the same area that you see them being lazy in. So when you see someone and you judge them, that is a projection of an unmet need for yourself. And that is how being judgmental can be used as a very, very powerful healing tool in your own life. So we all do judgments all the time. And when I first started to realize this, I would just sit back and watch all the thoughts that would go through my head about other people and this and that. And when I was watching TV and this person and that person. And it really puts you in a negative mind frame. And anything that puts you in a negative mind frame is just eventually gonna, it takes away from your vitality, takes away from your energy, and anything that you put out there that's negative is obviously going to come back to you as negative as well. So the first thing you got to do to use this as something to your advantage, one, you got to be aware. Okay? Have to be aware of when you are being judgmental. If there's no awareness, you cannot use this as a tool for yourself. Number two, when you are aware, observe what you are judging them and ask yourself the question, where is the unmet need in my life that I have just identified through watching or observing this other person? Because that unmet need, it's always there. It's always there. Really, really fantastic place to start is with your parents. Most of us have, some have great relationships with their parents, but a lot of us just have very tumultuous, very up and down, or just down. And so the things that you see in your parents, usually you inherit from them, but the things in the behaviors that you see in your parents, 99% of the time you have those same qualities in yourself. So first thing you do is look at your mom, look at your dad, and as soon as you start seeing your judgments come up about your parents, the first thing you do is look at your own life and where exactly are you behaving in a similar manner. And that is step number two. So one, observe. Two, where is the unmet need in my life that I've just identified in watching the behavior of this other person. Step number three, and the final step, is how can I change this? Because it has to change in your own behavior before it's got to change in your own behavior. Otherwise, you're going to keep coming upon that situation over and over again, and those judgments will keep coming up in your head over and over and over again. So you have to identify the judgment and change your behavior. It doesn't work well enough just to observe the judgment and then not do it again. You have to change your behavior, because all of your behaviors are based on your thoughts and your emotions. And the manifestation of your thoughts and your emotions in this existence that we have are exhibited through your behaviors. And when you finally change your behavior, that is concrete evidence now that your thoughts and your emotions have changed to a different vibration rate. And when they've changed, you will no longer resonate at the same level as the people you are judging. And coincidentally enough, you will no longer see those behaviors in those people. You will start to see the behaviors that you have changed in yourself manifesting in the people around you. Because like throwing a little pebble in a pond, you make a little change in your own mind and your own thoughts, and everything just ripples out into the world around you. And so when that happens, you can start to make a positive change in yourself, and therefore using that as being to help make a positive change in the other people around you, because they will then start to see the change in your behavior, and slowly but surely they might start to change their behaviors as a result. So just to review, being judgmental can be a very, very beneficial thing in your life if you use it properly. Now, this first step, okay, observe when you're being judgmental. Step number two, where is the unmet need in my life that I have just identified in the other person? And three, how can I change my behavior in this situation? And you have to change the behavior. And once you've done that, you have just rectified or changed a negative thought in your head. And so when you finally do that, you now vibrate at a higher level. You have just unloaded some psychic baggage that you've been carrying around for who knows how long, and you will start to see positive changes manifest in your life. And so the end result of this over a period of time excuse me, is that over time you will start to not see or not judge people anymore, because as you work through all of your own judgments and your negative thought patterns, they will leave your life and you will replace them with positive thought patterns. You will start to see more positive aspects in other people, and that will attract more positivity to you. So not only this is going to help yourself, but it's going to help with the relationships of all the people around you. It does take a little time. I've been doing this for a couple years, and it still pops up every once in a while, but certainly not like it was. And in the end, it certainly leads to you realizing that you are the ultimate responsibility for the creation and solution to all of your problems in your life. Now, you can't change what other people do. You can't change the things that happen to you in the environment around you. All you can change is your perception or thought of what happens. And when you start with changing your judgments about other people, you've just taken the first step to changing some of the negative thought patterns in your head, and that can make such a powerful difference in your energy and in your vibration rate and how you feel. And so, being judgmental, yes, it is a negative thing on one side, but on the other side, if you're starting to be aware of when you are being judgmental, you can then take the steps forward and using that as a tool to make positive changes in your lifetime. So I hope this helps. Take it and run with it. See what happens. If you have any questions, just drop them on my drop a line there and ask a question, and I'll do my best to answer it. And again, fantastic tool. Hope you use it and take care of everyone. Take care, everyone. Bye.